On Saturday, November 2nd, starting at noon, Kevin Williams is helping sick kids by playing video games. He needs your help to raise $1,000 for the CHIO Foundation. Donate at extra-life.org/participants/347875. The following podcast may contain immature content created by Danny Parkhill and Michael Walsh. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
And he says, out of all the wrestlers that he's worked with, there's only one that he truly hated till the day he died. And that was the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And I look up and I'm like, don't tell me. He goes, yup, Nature Boy, my grandma.
No way. No way. What? Okay, that's a badge of honor. That dude needs to wear that with pride, and I will tell him straight in the air. That's a badge of honor.
I think he does. He told the story with a smile on his face. Dan, I've been listening a lot to what Adam has been saying.
Oh, yeah?
And maybe he's a little right. Maybe we could do with a little more culture on this show. So let's open this week's Lasting Mark with a poem, shall we not? Marinate the nether rod in the squish mitten. Power drill the yippee bog
with the dude
piston. Pressure wash the quiver bone in the wrinkle. Cannonball the fiddle cove.
Ooh la la. Sorry.
I love that you know the lyrics that well. Good on you.
Good song.
That makes me so happy.
It's
a phenomenal song.
My Brazilian wax poetic.
So to all my brethren at WrestleMedia, I do say Foxtrot, Uniform, Charlie, Kilo, yourselves.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Dan.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm not you, bud.
I once had a very bizarre sex dream where Michael Walsh was just absolutely railing me and kept trying to convince me to eat his hands because he was made of literal, actual chocolate.
But this is the Lasting Mark. Thank you for being here. I don't know what to say to that. Dan, how was your last week with Mr. Kortney? I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet because I'm a dildo. Yeah. I'm not a Patreon.
Can we say dildo on this show? Like on the first half hour, can we say dildo?
Well, we're gonna find out.
If you're listening to this and you hear dildo, let us know.
Let us know. Let us know. Yeah. Because if we can't say dildo, every week from now on, I'm going to try a different variation of the word dildo to see, like, if I can't say dildo, can I say double dong?
Can I say prothesis? Marital
prothesis.
aid.
So, how was your sit down with Mr. Kortney?
Oh, it was good. We missed you. I guess we should be clear that we are complete idiots because, and I said this on last week's episode, we are complete idiots. Because I was literally at your house last week. There was no reason for us to not record an episode, and we didn't. And the thing is,
he spent the entire morning censoring our show from the week before.
Right, that's what I said.
So while he was doing that, we should have been like swearing up a storm in the other room.
I know.
But yeah, we're complete tools. We were together for almost a whole 24 hours and did all about it. Yeah, but we had a good time. I know you want to get before we get into what you want to talk about there. Let's just recap our weekend, bud. We so for those who don't know, Danny and Adam came down to the Toronto area to visit me. We went to Toronto, had a nice dinner at the Mill Street Brewery.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. And while sitting, I don't know if you guys told the story on the show on the show last week, but while enjoying our dinner, we were talking about going to the wrestling show, and this lady peeks over and says, are you boys going to the wrestling show? And we're like, yeah, of course we are. And she's like, oh, our son is Ethan Page.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
Well, what the f***? So Adam slipped Ethan Page, his mom, his phone number.
Yeah. That sounds all sorts of terrible, but
I mean, I'm not lying.
So if the family of Ethan Page is listening to this, I apologize in advance for or
and Ethan Page,
yeah.
And Ethan Page, feel free to call Adam new daddy. I don't
know. Yeah, but no, it was a great weekend. We went and saw the Rebellion paper. We did go over that a little bit. You can hear more about from all three of us, all of our thoughts on.
I haven't washed my back in a week.
Oh, because which one of them? Oh, was it Santino?
Because no, Tully touched me.
Oh yeah, Tully Blanchard touched you. Well, you can get Tully Blanchard to touch you all you want at the June 15th Chinlock Wrestling Show.
Oh, we're gonna get there, bud. We're gonna get there. We're gonna talk a lot of Chinlock.
Well, maybe
today.
not all you want, because I know you love you some Tully Blanchard, but I don't think he gives handies. But you know what I mean.
No, but this is why I'm saying that next year Janser should bring in Joey Ryan.
Yeah.
So that way, if you want a handy, you'll get one.
But what we neglected to mention was that Santino asked you where the bathroom was. Santino Morano.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I showed him where to unleash his cobra. Well, yeah, but you one-upped me on the bathroom front. You got to pee with Josh Matthews.
Yeah, for like 5 seconds, and it was like, all right, cool, Yeah, I mean, nice guy for the 5 because I gave him the nod, the acknowledgement. Like, yes, I know who you are. Yeah. He said, "How you doing?" And I said, "I'm doing well. How about yourself?" "Well, I'm doing great." "Okay, sweet."
Yeah, you're that guy who couldn't make it on Tough Enough.
I'll see your wife next month.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, when you see her, you should be like, "Aren't you married to that guy who couldn't break it on Tough Enough?"
Why? Okay, why you gotta do the guy like that? Like, he's had a good career despite not wrestling, Like, don't do Josh Matthews like that, sir.
Yeah. All right, before we get into the Chinlock I want to talk about, you told me before we get on that there's a couple little housekeeping things that you want to get out of the way. You want to talk about some so talk away, son.
I wouldn't so much call it housekeeping, but to cap off last week's episode of Lasting Mark, which you could hear lastingmark.ca, WrestleMedia.ca. Excuse me, I belched. We talked about the Dean Ambrose video promo that he put out.
Oh, yes.
With him breaking out of prison and running away from a big dog and someone's blood all over his hands, all that kind of thing. So Adam gave me his opinion. I gave Adam my opinion. My opinion was pretty basic, just that, cool little video package. I'm excited to see John Moxley, not Dean Ambrose. I'm excited to see John Moxley do his thing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Adam had his opinion, but first I want to hear your opinion, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay, knowing full well that I hadn't heard last week's show.
Yes, you're throwing. I know you haven't heard last week's show, so this is part of why I want to do it now because once you hear
and knowing that I've already somewhat given my opinion on like privately, and you and Sooker get all over it, so you just want to me. On the podcast now.
Oh, I'm probably yes, but here let's go. Let's hear it.
All right. Well, first of all, I should say that I came up with this theory to talk about on last week's show, and then I didn't make it on the show. But I came up with this theory before some other beat me to it and put it online.
You jet fuel melt steel beams theory, motherfucker! I can't believe you're about to do this. Go,
dude. It makes sense. It does. So, my theory, and I'm pretty sure, even if my theory is wrong, this first part I believe to be true. The rumor has it that WWE financed that video. Now, could it be...
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Could it be... Let's say that's true. Could it be as a... No hard feelings. We wish you good. That's what I believe. That's what Jeff said. Jeff figured if it's true, this is their way of saying we truly do wish you the best future endeavors. Here's some money. And, you know what I mean? And yeah, sure, that's possible. But what I think is happening is they're going to let him go and do whatever he wants for a few months. That way, when he comes back as Jon Moxley, it's going to have the same reaction that people had 15 years ago when they brought back Matt Hardy, with nobody seeing it coming. It won't have the same thing because people are going to see it coming this time. But nobody saw it coming when Matt Hardy jumped that area and attacked Edge after being on ROH for several weeks. It'll be something they haven't done in a long time. It'll be something different, which is what they need right now. I think that Fox might be itching to get a little bit more edge on their program, so that would definitely give that. And it's breaking that fourth wall a bit. It's keeping the smart marks happy. I think it hits dimensions on all ends. I really do.
I had such high hopes because Adam came onto the show last week and said almost word for word the exact same thing you just said. And my response to that was that WWE has sunk a lot of time and money into the Dean Ambrose name and the Dean Ambrose gimmick. What f***ing sense does it make to say to Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, whatever he wants to call himself, hey, you know what? We want you to go out and make money, but not for us. And we want you to go go do your little Jon Moxley thing, go do your death matches, go to ZZW, go do all the stuff that we don't fucking do as a company, and then come back and we're going to call you Jon Moxley because you'll be better than Dean Ambrose at that point. 95% of the people who watch WWE who know who Dean Ambrose is has no fucking clue who Jon Moxley is, nor does it matter. No, it's stupid. Okay. Why would they do that? It doesn't make any sense.
It makes as much sense as you set this whole thing up just so you can yell at me like
because
this.
I thought you had some sense in you. I thought you were going to get on my side and say Satchel Ash is a piece of shit.
After I already put this theory in writing, you read it, you've already on it once. Why would I have changed my mind in 5 days? You obviously did, because you on it.
I don't remember. Well, I don't know. I may have had a beer.
You and Sukram ganged up on me for a good 25 minutes. And this time it wasn't about the
No, but I don't know, man. It doesn't.
No, if you don't agree with me, you don't agree with me. That's fine.
It doesn't make any sense. No, is the problem.
That's fine. No problem. I will be accepting your apology in 6 months.
Okay, you know what? No, I'll be straight. If I'm wrong about it, if I am incorrect about it, I will say, Michael, you can write this down. You can quote it. I'll quote it on the air. I will say, Michael Walsh, I apologize. Right here on the air, I will say whatever you want me to say. I'll make the same bet with you as I made with Satchel Ash Contant. A little while back, where I forget what it was about. It was about something stupid. I think he wanted to be like, Nia Jax is going to win the title. And I'm not giving Nia Jax no title. And I made him read a blurb I had written on the wrestling show because I won. I will do the same thing for you if I'm incorrect. If Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, whatever the hell you want to call him, is back on WWE television by the end of the year, by the end of 2018, I will do that.
You know a bit, but nice try.
What do you?
You mean by the end of 2019?
What did I say?
18.
Oh yeah, I did mean 19.
I saw what you tried to do.
No, I did mean 19.
Now, I hope you realize I am a way bigger piece of shit than you, though.
Oh, you are.
So the things I'm going to write for you to say online are going to be the most depraved, horrible things you've ever spurted out of your mouth.
You have a good point. I didn't think that part through, but I'm a man of my word.
We have a deal.
I'm a man of my word. I'll do it.
All right.
I won't make you do anything because that's the kind of friend I am. I'll make you buy me a beer next time I'm in town. There you go.
There you go. Which I would probably do anyways, but let's just make it part of the bet.
Hey, this is a commercial for patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca, where you can get early access to episodes of your favorite WrestleMedia shows, get full uncut and uncensored versions of your favorite shows, and more. Don't want to hear this commercial on your podcast anymore? Sign up at our main event tier and get these episodes ad-free. Want to hear your own commercial here instead of ours? We've got tiers for that too. Visit patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca and join the WrestleMedia revolution today.
Let's get on to before we get on to the topic I want to talk about today. I'm kind of behind on what's been going on this week. Is there anything going on in wrestling this week? Be it current news, be it the week, be it independent news. Anything that you want to talk about before we get in?
Good question. I don't really think so.
I'm really behind this week, I'm going to be honest.
There's that whole Sasha Banks drama that's going on where they're like, oh, she's on the floor of the locker room. It's like, I don't think that's really the case.
Yeah, well, that's old news at this point. The newest news I heard about that was that they were going to offer her the Money in the Bank win, but apparently she's choosing to sit out her contract. I say her. Yeah. I like Sasha, I do, but if somebody doesn't want to work, them. Yeah, well, it's as simple as that.
There is.
I'd rather see Bayley win, anyways.
I agree with you 100%. I'm now again. I don't want to make it sound like I'm. Sasha Banks is very talented. I just
don't like black people.
Michael, really? No, I don't. There's something about her that bothers me. Like she seems very much. I'm the face of the women's division, and
if
cries every time something good happens.
If these stories are true,
that, right?
Yeah. If these stories are true about the way that she and Bayley reacted after WrestleMania, then I have lost a lot of respect for both those women.
Yeah, well, and then I don't know. You know what? Those, maybe it's true, maybe it's not.
Well, exactly. Which is why I'm saying if
put it this,
I don't
Bayley's
know
on television. We'll put it that way. So,
well, yeah, she's at least one step. She wants her job, yeah. but maybe she needs her job.
I can
understand. Who knows?
Maybe
maybe Sasha doesn't need the job.
Maybe, I don't know. I can understand being disappointed about. If they were promised a big run with the women's tag team belts or whatever, and then they change their minds, I understand being disappointed about that. Storylines change, things change. I've been disappointed before on an independent level, being told, here's how we're going to do things, and it changes. It sucks, but I mean, that's business, But bottom line is, when it comes to the belts, they're just a prop. I hate to pull a Bruce Pritchard out, but it's just a prop in the end. They're going to put the belts on, whoever can, whatever feud works best at that time. It's just the way that it is. It's a prop in the chess game we call pro wrestling. So,
bro, it's not a belt, bro.
Yeah, it's a championship title. Yeah, sorry. But actually, that was McMahon who wanted all that, not Russo, I don't think. But anyway,
true.
Yeah, no, it's disappointing if it's true. Again, I personally I feel Sasha, maybe takes things a little bit too seriously sometimes from an observer's standpoint, right? I'm just a Mark. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know or anything. There have been a couple spots where she's done where it looks ugly and it looks like she's about to break her neck. So maybe chill out on those. But that's why I don't do Hurricane Ranas, because I know I'll botch it, it's okay to not do it.
Maybe going off and working in Impact or AEW or someplace like that might be good for her. Maybe she might learn a couple things.
Yeah, maybe. I see her going to Impact, honestly. If she sits out this deal and she doesn't come back, she doesn't re-sign, whatever. I think Impact's a good spot for her.
I think it's a good spot. I think it's a good spot for her. I think AEW is going to offer her a ridiculous amount of money.
I don't know. I don't know if I see. Maybe you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. I don't know if she fits into what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she's, because they've got the women that they've got are, how do I put this? Because I'm going to say like very athletic, and I don't mean that Sasha isn't athletic, but they work a certain style that Sasha Banks is not used to. And
well, this is what I'm saying, for her to go and learn something. Maybe she spend a year or two there, and maybe eventually make her way back to the E, and she'll be a better performer. Sometimes that's what it takes. Look at Drew Galloway, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. That guy, yeah, that is a good.
I mean, look at Cody.
Yeah, well,
look at these people who have left, gotten onto the indie scene, and improved.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what Sasha needs.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're right. You've changed my mind on the matter at least a little bit. I still don't know if AEW would pick her up, but who knows? Who knows if it's even going to be a thing? So,
I'm not saying they're going to pick her up for the talent. I think they'll pick her up for the star power.
Yeah, that's fair.
For the name alone.
Speaking of star power and picking people up for star power, did you hear what happened at New Japan Wrestling Dontaku the other day? No. Kazuchika Okada successfully retained his IWGP Championship against who was it? And I'm forgetting who it was right now, but it's not really an important part of the story. Whoever it was, I'm sure it was a great match. Sorry. And the next challenger for the belt came out in the form of Chris Jericho, who is challenging Okada at New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion, which is the start of June. So within a 2-week span, Jericho will be working...
I'm sorry. So which title is this for?
IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
I am very lost. This shows how long it's been since I watched New Japan. For some odd reason, I was on the... I thought Jay White held the title.
He did? So what happened was... okay. So Kenny Omega held it for a long time. At Wrestle Kingdom back in January, Tanahashi got it off Omega.
Yes.
Now, this was a big deal because... a lot of title holders hold it for a very long time. Like I think there's been and Tanahashi lost it. 6 or 7 title holders in the past 10 years or something like that.
Exactly.
And Tanahashi lost it almost immediately to Jay White. Within 2 weeks, which was huge. And then Jay White dropped it back to Okada. So I guess the idea was going to be originally that they're going to do, before Omega left and signed with AEW, they're going to do Omega versus Okada again. So Omega was going to be in Jay White's spot. But they just decided to do kind of the same storyline, just with Jay White in Omega's place.
Okay.
And then, this was always the plan. And then they're going to have Jericho come in and do that. But what nobody knew is that Jericho signed a deal with AEW where he could work New Japan or whatever.
Right, yeah. Okay, so to get back to current day, so now it's going to be Okada versus Jericho.
Yes, but about 2 weeks before that, he's doing the Double or Nothing show against Omega. So within a 2-week span, Jericho was working arguably two of the greatest workers in the business today. So I mean,
absolutely,
I just think it says something about Chris Jericho. I mean, not that he needs more accolades, but
but it shows his work rate. It shows that people from all over the world and in every single company want to work with him.
Yeah,
and it shows that every promoter wants to put him in a big spot.
Yeah, well,
because not only is he f***ing money. I think we've discussed this so many times. Nobody at his age and at his point of his career should, number one, still go at the rate he goes. Okay? Nobody should wrestle for almost 30 years and still go at his rate. Yeah. He does. The amount of times that this man has reinvented himself.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to come in at.
He keeps himself alive. It's like he owns a Lazarus pit that he just keeps jumping into. It's insane. And as long as he can do it, I say go for it.
Yeah, and I agree.
100%. I think he is the new Undertaker.
Yeah, he's got to be. I mean, the guy, and again, I'm biased because he's been, in my top 5 favorite workers since I became a wrestling fan, basically.
If Chris Jericho continues to do what he's doing now for another at least 5, maybe even he won't go another 10 years, but let's say another 5 years. Can you dispute the fact that finally he should be in that conversation with Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels?
I think he already should be. Honestly, I think he should be now.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think because again, you look at in terms of career longevity, and having excellent work rate, up to pretty much the day he retired, pretty close to it. Ric Flair is pretty much unparalleled, right? I mean, he started wrestling in 1975 or something like that, and he retired in 2007, I think, 2008. So, I mean, 30 plus years of, and I mean, he was the best of all time. Like there were even in the early to mid 2000s, Ric Flair was considered, even though he was slowing down a bit, it's like that's still one of the greatest of all time. Can't nobody talk him, even if he's slowing down a little bit in the ring, he's still Ric Flair, right? Shawn Michaels. Again, we've had this conversation before where I always felt Shawn Michaels 2002 to his retirement was best Shawn Michaels. He was
absolutely
better as he got older, right?
100%.
But he did again, you got to keep in mind, he took a few years off, right? He took a few years to recover and stop doing drugs.
I mean,
and find Jesus.
I mean, as did Jericho, but when Jericho took time off, he didn't stop. He went and rode around the world with a rock band.
Yep, and he was in 2 or 3 different TV shows. Like he TV show.
The man has not stopped in 30 years.
He was on Dancing with the Stars. He was on what's that show? There was
He's on some cop show.
Yeah, there was this one show, and it was kind of dog, to be honest with you. But
but I'm Chris Jericho.
No, I actually kind of enjoyed that.
I liked it too.
It had its moments.
Yeah.
But no, it was like celebrity karaoke or something like that.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Chris Jericho, and there were 9 or 10 other guys or whatever. And the idea is it was like American Idol, but they'd get paired up with a guy, and they'd have to sing a song, right? So, I mean, I think Chris Jericho got paired up with, I don't know, friggin' Bobby Brown or some bull. And they were singing a Stevie Wonder song. And they eliminated him, off the first round. The first episode, he was done. Because he's singing, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. And he's not that kind of singer, he's a rock singer.
He was on another singing show, too, where he got eliminated in the first round. I remember that. Yeah. But just like you said, he stayed busy for his entire career. Not to mention, he pumped out 3 kids.
Yeah, he's Chris Jericho has done.
He does a podcast twice a week.
Yeah, you can make
the guy's a machine.
You can make an argument that in terms of getting his name value out there, he'd be amongst maybe the top 5 in terms of getting his name value out there, next to Hogan, Cena, Rock, Austin, maybe.
After listing all this, I'm going to call him the hardest working man in professional wrestling.
Yeah. The guy's nuts, and I mean, I think it goes without saying that man is a Hall of Famer, first ballot. No,
Oh, of course,
without a doubt.
Yeah. So, one last tiny story before moving on, since we're talking to legends here. This is a spoiler story. I'm going to give a little bit of the story away, and I'm going to make you wait for the rest, because I have this guy who's going to end up coming on our show. No,
sir?
No, we're not. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, so I thought I did. There were 2 things that I thought you were talking about.
I promise you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
So you and I have plans for the next 5 weeks on this show. We'll get to that in a minute. After those 5 weeks, I'm going to have this special guest on. He is this dude who just happens to be dating my sister-in-law. Okay, I've only known him for a couple weeks. Cool guy. Well, it turns out that this guy's grandfather and uncle both used to be workers back in the territory days. His grandfather worked with both Stampede and with say the words.
Stampede and
Vern Gagnon.
AWA.
Thank you. Couldn't spit it out. So he worked for both Stampede and AWA, and his uncle was a famous midget wrestler for Stampede back in the day.
Okay, hold on. So what were their names? Do you know their names?
Because I forgot to ask, we'll wait for him to be on the show.
Okay.
I'll tell you off air when I learn.
Right on.
However, I'm going to tell you one small story. The guy's told me a bunch of stories. I'm going to keep most of them for him to tell on the show. But he told me a bunch of stories about both his uncle and his grandfather. He told me one story I have to share. He told me this morning over coffee. He tells me that out of all the wrestlers that his grandfather has worked with and has met, as both his in-ring career, and after he retired in-ring in the late 70s, early 80s, he became a referee for the AWA and for different other companies. And he says out of all the wrestlers that he's worked with, there's only one that he truly hated till the day he died. And that was the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And I look up and I'm like, don't tell me. He goes, yup, Nature Boy my grandma.
No way. No way. What? Okay, that's a badge of honor. That dude needs to wear that with pride, and I will tell him straight in the air. That's a badge of honor. Does.
I think he does. He told the story with a smile on his face.
Oh, are you kidding me? Like, I'd be telling that story. Like, I don't even know the guy, and I'm like, hey, I know a dude that knows a dude whose grandma Ric Flair. Like, that's the coolest thing ever.
Right? So, now, I'm not going to say any names at all, because I feel stupid now. I never got the guy's permission to tell this story on the air, so I won't say any names.
Fair enough.
Danny, anything left to say?
Just that I love you and you make my life complete. I wish we were together. We have wives and children, and I don't care. I don't really give I just want you.
Wow. I didn't see that coming. You put me on the spot. I didn't know you returned my feelings. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I, of course, not even for 2.5 seconds, was Danny Parkhill.
I was not B-A-double-D-A double crooked letter Michael Walsh.
Very nice. But this was the last thing, Mark. Thank you for being here. Make sure you're at Chinlock on June 15th. And until next week, please always go to www.WrestleMedia.com. And, as always, hugs, kisses, cattle prod, the oyster ditch with the lap rocket. We love you. See ya.
Lick my sack.
This has been a presentation of WrestleMedia, where everything is wrestling and wrestling is everything. Here's what you're missing out on right now over at patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca.
That hurts me only because I think it had potential.
It had potential.
I think it could have been better than it turned out to be. If you would have told me the Billy and Chuck would have been a harder angle than the one, I would have laughed.
Want more? Sign up now at patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca.